The power of silence. Imagine yourself in the middle of a storm. Howling winds, lightning tearing across the sky, and inside your mind, a whirlwind of endless thoughts. Have you ever felt like that? Trapped in a cycle of worries, searching for answers that always seem to slip away? What if I told you that, in the middle of that inner chaos, there is a calm voice capable of clearing everything? A voice that doesn't shout, doesn't argue, but whispers deep truths. That voice lives in silence. How many nights have you spent awake, turning problems over in your mind like a hamster on a wheel, trying to find logical solutions to questions that, deep down, touch your most profound emotions? The mind is a powerful tool, but many times it traps us in labyrinths of what-ifs and whys. It seeks control, analysis, and concrete data. But what happens when the answer is not in logic, but in intuition? Do you remember that important decision you once had to make? You weighed every pro and con, asked for opinions, maybe even created spreadsheets. But in the end, the answer came from an unexpected place, perhaps during a walk in nature, a quiet moment before sleep, or even in that small gap between one thought and another. That is the magic of silence. Silence is not the absence of sound, but the presence of inner listening. It is when we lower the volume of our mental dialogue so we can finally hear the soft melody of our intuition. Have you ever experienced that? That sudden feeling of clarity, the certainty that appears without a rational explanation? Think about a moment when you felt completely lost, unsure which path to follow. Your mind offered 1,000 options, each with its own fears and doubts. But when you allowed yourself a moment of pause, when you silenced those inner voices, a direction suddenly became clear. It was as if an inner compass, once hidden beneath the noise of the mind, finally pointed to the true north. This journey toward silence is not always easy. The mind resists, used to being in control. But just like a muscle, the ability to quiet the mind grows stronger with practice. Small moments of silence throughout the day can make a huge difference. 1 minute of conscious breathing, observing nature without judgment, allowing yourself simply to be, without the need to think or analyze. What questions have been stealing your sleep lately? What important decisions are hovering over you, creating anxiety and uncertainty? Have you been giving yourself time to step away from the noise of the outside world, and especially from the noise inside your own mind? Have you ever wondered why some of the most brilliant ideas appear during moments of relaxation, like in the shower or while doing something enjoyable? It's because during those moments the mind is less focused on actively solving problems and more open to receiving insights from our subconscious, from our intuition, from that place of silent wisdom that lives inside each of us. What if the answer you have been searching for isn't in more information, more analysis, or more external opinions, but in diving deep into your own inner silence? What might you discover if you simply allowed yourself to listen, without the need to interpret or judge? If this message resonates with you, if you have already experienced the transformative power of silence, share in the comments. What question did silence help you answer? Or what word defines what silence means to you? Your experience might inspire others to find their own answers. Living in a noisy world, constantly bombarded by information and distractions, makes silence even more precious and necessary. It is in silence that we reconnect with our essence, with our deepest values, with that inner voice that knows, even when the mind doubts. This is not about escaping problems or ignoring reality. It is about finding a space of clarity to face them with more wisdom and discernment. The answers we discover in silence are not just logical solutions. They are deeper understandings that transform how we see challenges and how we act in the face of them. Allow yourself to slow down. Allow yourself the luxury of silence. Turn off the notifications, find a quiet place, take a deep breath, and simply observe what arises. You may be surprised by the clarity and peace you will find. The questions that the mind can never resolve often find their answers in the calm ocean of inner silence. Try it. Now is the moment. Do not postpone the opportunity to connect with your deepest wisdom. If you enjoyed this reflection and believe silence can be a powerful ally on your journey, leave a like and share this video with someone who also needs this message. For more content that invites you into introspection and self-discovery, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And remember, silence is always available, waiting to guide you. What word represents silence for you today? Leave your comment below.